Good morning, nursing graduates. Woo! You guys can take a seat. On behalf of our CEO, Dr. Duncan Harris, our deans, Dr. Jason Scappaticci, Jose Colon, Patrick Dawes, Nursing Director Dr. Catherine Leary, faculty and staff, we welcome you to our 2023 Nursing Pinning Ceremony. We could not have a better weather day, and I'm not going to steal Dr. Harris's tagline. I'll let him use it when he gets up here. But without further ado, I'd like to ask Professor Jennifer Geyer to come to the podium to speak about the history of nursing pinning.
The nursing pinning ceremony has its roots in the 12th century when knights who helped the sick and infirm were given a Maltese cross to wear. Today's pinning ceremony is closely tied to an award given to Florence Nightingale, who was given the Red Cross of St. George in the 1860s for her tireless work during the Crimean War. Florence Nightingale was the first to stress the importance of official nurse training and recognition of that training. The Nightingale School of Nursing at St. Thomas Hospital in London designed and awarded a badge with a Maltese cross to all nurses who completed their program. In the United States, the first pin presented to a graduating class of nurses occurred at Bellevue Hospital in New York City in 1880. By 1916, the pinning ceremony for nurses was standard throughout the US and England. The pin symbolized educated women who were deemed competent to serve as a nurse to provide health care to society. The nursing pinning ceremony represents a meaningful time as you transition from nursing student to graduate nurse, preparing you for the valuable and rewarding career of nursing. We congratulate you all on that milestone.
Thank you, Professor Geyer. Now I'd like to ask our CEO, Dr. Duncan Harris, to offer his greetings at this time.
Good morning, everybody. No, we have to do better than that. Good morning, everybody. There we go. This is a celebration. This is a big deal. I'd like to welcome everybody to our nursing pinning ceremony. These ceremonies are very meaningful in that they signify your official initiation into the family of nursing and allied health professionals. To all of you receiving pins this morning, you had the grit and perseverance to complete the journey. There are individuals that may have started with you 2 years ago that are not here this morning. Unfortunately, each year, there are a few students that find themselves in a position to have to appeal their dismissal from our program. Some of them may not have passed key exams, missing the threshold to pass by only a few points. What you all know is that in the nursing profession, there's no such thing as just a few of this or a few of that. A patient's health depends on the proficiency with which you carry out practices and procedures that you have studied the past 2 years. The bar to be a nurse is high for a reason. Lives are literally at stake. Your journey has been made even more difficult in that you've been impacted by the pandemic. It's days like this that make me think and reflect on some of the things that have been positive coming out of the pandemic. I refer to them as COVID gifts. Perhaps most significantly for me, my family has become even tighter. I don't take them for granted or their health the way I used to. I find myself saying, I love you more often and with deeper meaning. To our graduates, be sure to thank and tell your family and friends today you love them because they have been with you and stood by you through this journey. And I might say I've seen a lot of them and they look great today. They look absolutely great. So thank you, family and friends. Finally, I hope that you think of your time at Capital these past 2 years and the degrees you will be receiving today also as a COVID gift. You all became nurses during this period, and in some way, it will shape the amazing and caring nurses you all will become. I'll close by sharing how proud I am of you all and Capital's nursing program, the best in the state. Woo is right, yeah, best in the state. I remember very fondly coming to your orientation 2 years ago to caution you about what you were embarking upon and to inform you that you would now be on social probation for the next 2 years. I'm here to let you know today that probation is officially over. As much as I'll miss you guys sitting in the hallway, blocking my office before exams on Mondays and Fridays, and hogging the elevators, I'm so glad to see you all here today and moving on. You all represent Capital Community College's best and brightest. Our faculty have insisted upon this. I have no doubt that you will hold our name high wherever you end up working. Congratulations once again, and savor today's ceremony. Your best is yet to come.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Dr. Jason Scappaticci, our Dean of Faculty and Students, will now offer his greetings.
Thank you, Amy. Good morning, students, and congratulations on behalf of all of Student Affairs and Academic Affairs. I would like to share with you a brief story. On Sunday morning, May 10th, 1981, a woman in her early 20s named Jacqueline went into labor. As a result, she missed one of her final nursing exams the next day on May 11th, 1981. That young woman was my mother, and she was in labor with me. She was a senior in Greater Hartford Community College's nursing program. So, in a way, I also attended the nursing program at Capital Community College. Perhaps not enough that I deserve a pin, although I wouldn't say no, Dr. Leary. But being the son of a nurse and the son of a nurse who went through your program, I've seen the difference that it made, not just in her life, but the lives of her children, myself included, and the lives of the community that my mother lived and worked in. I have no doubt that you all will make an incredible difference in hundreds, if not thousands, of lives over your careers. I'm incredibly proud of your accomplishments, students, and I offer you my most sincere congratulations. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, Dr. Scappaticci. And now, Dr. Catherine Leary, our Director of Nursing, will come to the podium to offer her greetings.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Harris, Dr. Scappaticci, Dean Dawes, Dean Colon, nursing faculty, Amy, family, friends, and especially the class of 2023. These remarkable students have completed all the requirements for an associate degree in nursing at Capital Community College. They have endured intensive studies of academic rigor that was very time-consuming, physically and emotionally draining, and we know they could not have achieved this without the support of their loved ones. A very special thank you to all of your friends, family, and classmates that supported you and witnessed what it took for you to be here now. Graduates, today is the day you've all been waiting for. Today is all about you and your successes. And everyone here this morning celebrates your achievement on this special occasion. Did you know that every accomplishment starts with the desire and the decision to try to achieve a dream? I want you to think about why you became a nurse. For some of you, it may be for the vast amount of employment opportunities or working in a profession that offers a stable income, or a feeling that helping others is extremely rewarding. For others, it may be a feeling of giving back to the community, or you may have had a family member that was ill and you met a nurse, or the desire to provide care for the most fragile of our population from birth to death. Graduates, as you move forward in your professional career, it is essential to remember your why. You embraced the noble call to become a nurse. You juggled more than you thought humanly possible while balancing family time, work, spending time with friends, and neglecting self-care. You've experienced a wide range of emotions while in nursing school. The academic rigor of the curriculum is no easy endeavor. The long classes on campus, the hours and hours of clinical, all the weekly paperwork, and all those nursing exams, the multiple choice, you worried how many there were gonna be, select all that apply, and now you had to go on and learn how to answer those next-gen questions. So many challenges you've encountered, but all the while you demonstrated persistence, displayed resilience, and determination to achieve the goals that were once your dreams to become a registered nurse. You have one more exam, and that is to pass the National Council Licensure Examination, which the faculty and staff at Capital Community College has prepared you for. Let's all acknowledge the exceptional support and guidance the faculty and staff have provided you throughout this nursing program. Their commitment to nurturing and educating you has played a crucial role in your personal and professional growth and development. Their unwavering dedication and expertise has helped shape you into the competent and compassionate nurses you are today. Moving forward, I am certain that most of you are thinking, I am never going back to school. Like you, I said that many times, and at this pinning being my first address ever, I thought I would share a little bit about my why I wanted to become a nurse, the journey and the multiple challenges I faced as they so relate to yours. As a little girl, I remember visiting my grandmother in the hospital, and every room I walked by, I wondered what was wrong with the people lying in the beds. Why were they in the hospital? What made them sick? How are they going to get to better? The curiosity, along with the many hours of watching medical shows on TV with my why, is why I wanted to be a nurse. You see, I was a BC average student in high school and didn't get accepted to nursing school. So I enrolled in a community college in Western Massachusetts and started the prerequisites to get into a nursing program. At that time, a new certificate program in respiratory care became available, so I applied and got in. A year later, I moved to Connecticut and started working as a respiratory therapist at the Hospital for Special Care. After a few months, I learned that there were many acute care hospitals in the area to work in and set a goal of being part of the LifeStar team at Hartford Hospital. The only caveat was that I had to return to school and get an associate degree in respiratory care. So I enrolled at Manchester Community College, and 2 years later, with that degree, began working at Hartford Hospital. While working in the trauma and neuro ICU, I was intrigued by all the nursing care, and deep down that my dream was really to become a nurse. I was married in my late 20s and wanted to start a family. I applied and was accepted to the University of Connecticut and started nursing classes with 10 students younger than myself. Does that sound familiar? I took a semester off when my son was born, and 18 months later, I walked into a nursing final exam 9 months pregnant. And I know for a fact that those nursing faculty were thinking, she is not gonna make it. I too doubted my ability to succeed. I struggled with test taking, balancing family, work, and school. I lived 2 hours away from family, so help with childcare was a challenge. And at the time, my sister was diagnosed with cancer and passed away. Does any of that sound familiar? I know many of you had similar, if not the same, challenges. It took me 7 years to complete that degree, and when I graduated from UConn so many years ago, I swore I would never go back to school. My nursing journey has been an incredible experience, and I've always remembered my why. From cardiac nursing to home care, school nursing, lung transplantation, organ procurement coordinator to med-surg, and then in 2004, I started working in the nursing lab at Capital Community College. I enjoyed teaching so much that I wanted to take students to the clinical setting, so I inquired about how I could do that. However, I was informed that I needed to go back to school and get a master's degree in nursing education because it was the law. I thought, are you kidding me? So back to school I went to the University of Hartford, and during that time I got divorced, became a single mom, and had financial difficulties. I made new friends, but also lost friends that did not support my goals. Does that sound familiar? 2 years later, I became a professor of nursing and never was going to return to school. Well, as the circle of life continued, my kids grew up, my parents passed on, and I became an empty nester. So what did I do? I went back to school. Yes, a professional student with the understanding that the reasons why I became a nurse continued to expand the need to know and learn more. I was accepted to the Doctorate of Nursing practice at the University of Connecticut, where it all began, and as a matter of fact, one of the faculty members that I had so many years ago was my mentor during my doctorate studies. How surreal is that? I never became the ICU nurse or part of a LifeSTAR team. However, my nursing journey has been one that has brought me to places I never expected. I've always remembered my why. And what I have learned is that nursing is lifelong learning, applying new evidence-based practice and skills every day, always advocating for quality, safe patient care, being more realistic in my nursing care, because over time, I have realized more of why I am a nurse. Just being present for a patient, listening, holding their hand is the best nursing care I've provided. Do you want to know why? Because at the end of my shift, I would reflect and be so grateful that I could go home and be with my family and friends. Yes, it is really the patient that was taking care of me, reminding me to live my best life. One day, I will be a vulnerable patient, and I hope my nurse remembers their why. Graduates, as you take the Nightingale Pledge, I leave you with a few last words of advice as you embark on the nursing profession. Always remember your why. When the complexity of the work feels completely overwhelming, please value the contribution you make every day. Even on your worst day, you will impact someone's life. Realize you have been given the great privilege of sharing the most intimate and vulnerable aspects in a patient life. There will be rewards and challenges throughout your nursing profession. Please foster resilience, empower yourself to thrive in our fast-paced healthcare environment. Never be afraid to ask questions. Rely on your colleagues, and be the person others can turn to when they need help. But most importantly, practice and prioritize self-care, because with that we are better to ourselves and to others. Take that lunch break, go to the bathroom, and don't work yourself to burnout. The world needs your fresh perspective in the nursing workforce. Take a role in leadership and patient advocacy. They need you. Enjoy your nursing practice with an open mind and an open heart, and be mindful to expand your knowledge. You just might be surprised where your journey will take you, but above all, live your best life. Please keep in touch and let us know where your nursing journey takes you. We are so proud. Congratulations and all the best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Leary. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Joanne Amfinson to come to the podium.
Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you all sitting there at this point in your life. I'd like to welcome Dr. Harris, Dr. Scapitici, Dean Dawes, Dean Colon, nursing faculty, Amy, families and friends, and especially all of you. It is my real pleasure to speak to all of you this morning at this very joyous occasion. I'd like you to know that I started teaching at this school in 1979, and I taught Dr. Scapitici's mother. For some of you, this is the culmination of a lifelong dream. I remember myself sitting out there in 1971 and thinking how lucky I was to have reached this point in my career, and realizing what else was in store for me. But you know, it wasn't luck. Luck had nothing to do with it. Some of you are graduating magna cum laude, some summa cum laude, and some others lordy cum laude. We're just glad to have gotten through this. But what matters is that you took the journey and achieved your dream. But now I expect many of you have a new dream, be it finding a job in nursing and/or going on for your BSN or some other further education. I'd like to share 8 keys to success, so please repeat after me. Believe in yourself. Good. I say that because there's always going to be someone who will say no. You can't do that. For me, it was my guidance counselor in high school. For some reason, he felt that I wouldn't succeed in nursing. But I said, I'll show him. I said a few other words too, but I can't say those. And I went to Hartford Hospital School of Nursing. Well, each time I achieved another milestone, my friend's mother placed it in the local paper so the guidance counselor could see it. The next one is C, courage, which you all have. Courage to succeed or fail. If you never try, how do you know you can or can't do it? If I had let my counselor have his way, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to know all of you and have had the wonderful experiences I've had in the learning lab with you. D, desire. With desire, you can achieve anything you want. But remember, along with desire, you must have energy and drive. Remember, there is power in your dreams. You must be willing to make changes, but you all are aware of this after completing the nursing program. I is the next for imagination and creativity. With imagination, you're going to develop new dreams and set on a journey to achieve it. The next one is P, persistence and perseverance. I'm going to tell just a little story to demonstrate this. My family and I were on a vacation, and I was helping my nephew with his algebra in the back seat of the car. As we were going down the road, he said, "Aunt Jo, what grade are you in?" And I was finishing my PhD at the time, and I said, "I'm in grade 33. He looked at me and asked, "Did you have trouble with math too?" And after my sister stopped laughing, I explained how all the years added up. You have 8 for grammar school, 4 for high school, 3 for a nursing diploma, 7 for my bachelor's, 4 for my master's, and 7 for my PhD. And I don't regret any of it. All of it enriched my life. Sometimes we don't know where the journey will lead us, but there are always adventures along the way. Our responsibilities to ourselves and others. While you were in the program, you were probably faced with this many times, with your children knocking on the door, "Mommy, I want a peanut butter sandwich." Or your parents, "We need you, Dad's having trouble with his medicine." Significant others, "Can't you make a dinner tonight?" And friends that want to go to the movies or whatever. But then there is your need to achieve your goal and meet those responsibilities. Having done this, you have learned to cope, and this will help you in the future when faced with new challenges. S, setting and achieving goals. Remember, you need to be flexible. Just like your patients, you may need to reset your goals and develop new interventions for yourself, or just give yourself more time. That's okay, don't be hard on yourself. And S, finally, striving for excellence in whatever you do. Being the best you can be is all that anyone can ask of you. These 8 keys to success will assist you in achieving your new dreams. As you start your professional careers, I want you to remember that if you believe in it, you can achieve it. May the Lord bless you, and I wish you all success in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Dr. Jo. Dr. Catherine Leary will present the class with their nursing pins. If the pinners could come up. Students, if the first row can rise, please.
Holly Kathleen Adams. Mercy Emma Kwabe Ado. Stella Amadagu. Jane Emirova. Sorry. They don't need the cards back? They do. Helena Amoa Mensa. And what am I doing with these? Doing them back. Jada Shoshana Aris. Did I get it right? Jason Ayak. Am I doing it? Phazia K. Simone Bailey. Rebecca Marie Bazzano. Yolande Beckley. Sheree Bellini. Elizabeth Dawn Bernier. Erica Marie Bissett. Melissa Bonet. Patrina Patricia Brown. Rose Fitzgerald Callahan. Jordan Javier Castro. Kenneth Ryan Kakian. Carly Lynn Colini. Deluni Shanika Correa. Maribel Correa. Rolando Cortez. You're welcome. Anya Catherine Cottrell. Tabitha Del Greco. Leanne Demars. Desiree Diaz. Angelica Rose DuPont. Elizabeth Ann Earl. Ruth Ann Naomi Elliott. Vivian Marie Figueroa. Aaliyah Mishana Francis. Jessica Nicole Garcia. Sydney Patrice Gillespie. Jaslyn Felice Gonzalez. Quinn Nguyen Grady. Bisma Hamed. Margaret Elizabeth Horton. Ashley A. Humphrey. Sharika Marsha Hyde. Tessa Hydak. Philomis Julmis. Kimberly Ann Cost. Zambrosia Lawrence. Tamsin Sky Lazier. Andrew Robert Liardi. Natasha Cadian Lennon. Chantalee Lynette Lizardi. Olivia Elizabeth Lombardo. Aaliyah Kiana Long. Alexander Michael Nathan Loomis. Mackenzie Chantel Marquis. Ajia Natia Martin. Melissa Stephanie Messias. Arvnet Matherin. Carmen Milan.
Michael Jacob Modaleski. Kelly Taylor Mooney. Nicole Renee Morin. Siam Munir. Burbu Chi. Burbu Che. Nila. Carl Philip Alexander Neubauer. Nicole Elise Nowinski. Nunes. Yep. Chelsea Oliveria. Nadia Omar. Mariah Victoria Robinson Gonzalez. Claudia Owasu. Leslie Valeria Padilla. Catherine Rose Piper. Bianca Albumi. Walkiris Judith Reyes. Jacqueline Pamela Perea Carlos. Kathy Rodriguez. Chelsea Marie Rojas. Julia Martinez Rosario. Subro Roy. Erica Lynn Ryan. Ashraf Latif Sheikh. Amy Anna Skowinski. Lane Chapman Smith. Marcia Smith. Emmeline Sosa. Mina Suba. Kelly Maureen Taplin. Marlene Jalise Torres. Heen. Well, Heen Tran. She was like, James Edward Trifoglio. Danielle Marie Trudnak. Deneen Ann Marenti. Monica Jean Vaughn. Imani Michelle Vaught. Priscilla Velasquez. Anaga Vijay Kumar. Caitlin Ann Wakefield. Joseph A. Washel the third. Deanna L. West. Onelia Samantha Wint. Teresa Monique Witchard. Michelle Diana Yanaros. Jacob Daniel Yeager. Ilona D. Zabronska Bregish. Renee Chantel Clark. Morika Brown. Terry Ann Natoya Bonito. Jane Frances Selassie Kwaku. Anika Bennett.
Congratulations to all of our nursing graduates. We are so proud. If you can all rise and Professor Baxter, in the back of your program, students, or graduates, I should say, is the Nightingale Pledge. You will recite it along with Professor Baxter.
Congratulations, graduates. If you will please state the pledge at the same time with me. Thank you. In the full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and the religious belief of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the nurse. Thank you, graduates. Congratulations.
Well, with 2 minutes to spare, this concludes the nursing pinning ceremony. Students will now proceed to line up for Capital's graduation. All of the family and friends, you're invited to keep your seats if you like. Graduation starts at 1 p.m. Thank you for joining us today. And again, congratulations to our nursing graduates.